2024 was a very difficult time for DL Site and other Japanese platforms that sold games and other forms of art. Visa and MasterCard aggressively cracked down on flavors and themes that were 100% legal in Japan, and by the start of 2025, I was very concerned about the lasting damage to Japanese culture and identity that Visa and MasterCard were causing. Fortunately, Japan's government took a clear stance protecting art, and platforms like DL Site better adapted to Visa and MasterCard's heavy-handed tactics. This resulted in the second half of 2025 giving us an amazing assortment of games. Seriously, this may be one of the best selection of titles we've seen from Japan in years. As always, all links to each of these games can be found for free on my Patreon. At number 10, we have AICOMI. While the closure of Illusion has had a lasting impact on indie games development, Ill Games continues to bring us new interpretations of classic Illusion titles. AICOMI is poised to be the spiritual successor to Koikatsu Party, and has the potential to be a really fun experience. While it is still pretty bare bones, I do expect a lot more content over the next few years. Currently, AICOMI is only available in Japanese, but their previous titles have eventually released in other languages. There are also real-time translation tools available like DL Site's Nest if you don't want to wait. AICOMI is available for PC on DL Site. At number 9, we have Forestia, Ranch Life in a Small Town. Farming games continue to be highly demanded but incredibly underrepresented in adult games, which is probably why a farming title was Adult Game of the Year in 2023. Given that, I have been really excited about Forestia since I heard about it during the Hentai Expo. And this is a pretty solid farming game. It has 15 to 30 hours of gameplay, and it really feels like an old-school Harvest Moon Story of Seasons experience. The only thing that I wish was different is that there is a very limited number of romantic interactions. Most scenes are just repeated between romanceable characters. I think each relationship having its own story and unique sexual progression would have made this game so much better. Forestia, Ranch of Life in a Small Town is available for PC on DL Site. At number 8, we have Deserted Island Company Travel Diary, Women's Survival Strategy. Where Forestia was laid back and chill, Deserted Island Company Travel Diary is an intense marathon where you and your 3 female co-workers struggle to survive. Like, this game is hard, even on easy mode. The gameplay mechanics can be unforgiving, and there seems to be an expectation that players will be familiar with survival-style games. Hopefully, there will be much better tutorials when the game is translated from Japanese. I'd also like to see more romantic interactions and more late game options. This is a great idea with a really interesting survival dynamic. Deserted Island Company Travel Diary, Women's Survival Strategy is available for PC on DL Site. At number 7, we have AV Director Life, Capture Me at My Worst. From the same developer that gave us Seed of the Dead, AV Director Life places you in the role of an amateur movie maker looking to make as much money as possible while having a great time doing so. This corruption-focused title combines a novel video editing system alongside an exploration of the various aspects of NTR, Netarase, Netarare, and Notori. This has also already released on Steam, which is great because we usually have to wait a year or two for a game on this list to get there. Check out my full review if you want to know more. AV Director Life Capture Me at My Worst is available for PC on DL Site, Steam, and their Patreon. At number 6, we have Erotic Massage in Room 404. We're starting to see more and more games using a massage gameplay mechanic. While this is definitely more of a simulation, the massage aspect seems more detailed than most other titles in this genre. Currently only in Japanese, this feels a lot like the games where you customize sexual scenarios, just with a focus on massage. Erotic Massage in Room 404 is available for PC on DL Site. At number 5, we have another game that is already on Steam, The Censor. This is a humorous take on censorship and how it is the only thing saving the world from corruption and debauchery. I do find it hilarious that the censor had to censor itself to get on Steam. Life imitating art much? You can check out my full review, which I also had to censor for our totally benign YouTube overlords. The Censor is available for PC, on DLSite, and Steam. At number 4, we have Galbeya, the gal hangout closest to the school. I cover a lot of different titles from many different countries and cultures, so sometimes I play a game where I am clearly missing a cultural understanding or some kind of nuance. Galbeya is one of those games. So you have a house that all of these women want to come over and hang out at because you have snacks and video games. Like, that is the reason? Do I need to be worried about these women's home lives? Anyways, while these various women of seemingly uncertain living conditions are hanging out with you, you proceed to hang out with them in all of the usual ways. Maybe this will make more sense to me once there is an official English version. Galbeya, the gal hangout closest to the school, is available for PC and Android on DLSite. Next up, we have number 3 and Secret Flasher Manaka. This is a simple game where our female protagonist runs around the neighborhood and flashes people. Successfully completing flash missions earns you flash points. These flash points can be spent to unlock costumes and poses, as opposed to DC Comics, which uses flash points to make their brand shittier. There is a character customization feature for our MC, but there is no story. You are just doing missions in a world that is blessedly bereft of the Batman. Secret Flasher Manaka is available for PC on DLSite. At number 2, we have Summer Heat. You play as a custodian living in a school over summer break. I first thought this would maybe be like The Shining, just during the summer, but people come and interact with you, and there are no ghosts. But you can actually customize all of the female characters, so I guess you could make them look like ghosts. And there is no family staying with you. But there sort of is family that shows up to see you. So maybe not like The Shining, unless there is an ending that I missed where you freeze to death. In the summer? Summer Heat is available for PC on DLSite. And at number 1, we have Cinesistar 2. When I first reviewed this side-scrolling descent into despair back in June, I said that I was confident that this would be the top Japanese game of 2025. If it can find a way onto Steam, then I expect it to do very, very well. But that is a really big if. Combining gorgeous pixel art and amazing polish, you are on a quest to bring salvation to a seemingly doomed world. Seriously, this is a must-play if you are a fan of side-scrollers and you are okay with darker themes. Cinesistar 2 is available for PC on DLSite. There you have it. While I don't think that every one of these games will be able to find a way onto Steam, I do hope that we end up seeing most of these titles end up there. But that really depends on if Gabe and company decide if they want to take a stand on behalf of gamers who don't otherwise have a voice. We'll just have to see what 2026 will bring, but Japan has shown us that things can get better if the people in charge allow it to. And until next time, no shaming, just gaming.